I decided to make a new video on weapons since the release of NewGame Plus for the Callisto Protocol. I want to first stress the importance of maxing out your stun baton and the grip over anything else, as this game is very heavily melee combat based. I also still do not think it is wise to purchase and max out all guns until NewGame Plus, because it's barely possible to even max out your baton, grip, and 2 guns in one playthrough. Inventory space is also an issue, so having 5 guns in your first playthrough is just silly. However, the guns are super fun to use and definitely worth trying them all out. All clips of combat in this video are done on maximum security. The hand cannon is the first gun in the game that you are given, and it is technically free. Now you may be saying to yourself, no it isn't, Azerdon. You have to pay 800 credits to print it, and you're not wrong. However, the game conveniently puts a chest right beside the first reforge in the game, and it also very conveniently gives you 800 credits. Now why they did this and just didn't make the print free, we will never know. But either way, the gun is great, and you should absolutely not listen to what I said in my previous weapons video, and upgrade it completely and get the boom bullets alt fire. This alt fire is absolutely incredible and will basically one-shot even the morphed enemies at maximum security. You do need to keep in mind though that the alt fire uses 5 bullets for 1 shot, so there's definitely a price for using it, but it is absolutely worth it. Now technically, you have the opportunity to print the other shotgun first, and we will talk about that next, but the Riot gun is in my opinion the better choice, especially if you are playing on maximum security, because it is completely free and you don't even have to print it. Danny just gives it to you when she finally comes to her senses. It doesn't say that it has an alt fire, but it does, and when you press the alt fire button, it shoots a similar round as the hand cannon that explodes shortly after impact. This alt fire does some damage to enemies as well, but the normal fire with the regular bullets also become incendiary rounds when you grab that upgrade as well. So all around, the gun packs a punch and is a great pairing with the hand cannon for a maximum security run. The other shotgun, called the Skunk gun, will most likely be the first schematic you find. I'd also consider it the most powerful gun in the game. This thing just absolutely wrecks everything, especially 2-head. Wait until you see that clip later in the video. This gun has the smallest ammo capacity out of all the guns, but it's powerful, so it makes sense. You can also dual wield shotguns, as this is a one-handed gun and uses the same frame as the hand cannon and pistol do. As for this gun's alt fire, it shoots out a barrage of homing projectiles that also bounce around the environment. It's a super fun gun to use, and it will absolutely obliterate anything in its path.
The upper level, Jacob. Head to the clinic.
The tactical pistol is definitely the weakest of the bunch, but that doesn't mean it's not worthwhile, and it is definitely fun to use. It shoots really fast and it has a large ammo capacity. The alt fire shoots a 5-round burst that will take down an enemy if you hit with most of its shots. This is definitely only useful though if you have the stability upgrade first, as even with the stability upgrade, the recoil from the 5-round burst is pretty significant, and you will have to fight it with the right stick to correct it as it's firing. The normal fire though has hardly any recoil, and you can pop off 20 rounds in no time at all. The assault rifle was honestly a gun that I thought was going to be completely useless. It just didn't really seem like it fit into this game, but after using it for a bit, I ended up really liking it. The 3-round burst is great, and it takes down enemies in maximum security with ease. It doesn't have much recoil, and its alt fire is pretty useful as well. It fires the same 3-round burst, but with orange bullets that home in on enemies. It's pretty useful for crowd control, especially during the stealthy area of the game if you aggro a bunch of the blind enemies. Now the next section coming up is all the guns against 2-head one by one. I wanted to see how each gun fared against him. All damage is done only from the guns. I did not use the baton at all when he drops to his knees. I'm also considering doing another video on the final boss in the same fashion, using every single gun on him. I am not going to commentate over them, I'm just going to let the clips speak for themselves. Every gun is labeled at the top left corner of the screen so you know which gun I'm using at the time, and you can see that the Skunk gun is definitely the fastest, tactical pistol probably takes the longest. Even the hand cannon was a little tricky, it was a lot of dodging, and the 2-head fight that I chose to use probably wasn't the best one, because it's the second encounter you have with 2-head, and there's enemies that spawn with him, so I had to like grip the enemies and throw them away so that they wouldn't bother me. But the very first fight with 2-head, obviously, there's no reforge right nearby. And the only other one I could have thought of using was the very final 2-head encounter, but that's in a really small room, and it's tight quarters, it just would have been a pain, so this ended up being the best one. I would apologize for the jump scare, but I'm honestly not sorry. I did it on purpose. But here's a trophy pop for completing New Game Plus because they added a trophy when they added New Game Plus, and since I already have the platinum, I was back down to 98% trophy completion, so I wanted to get back up to 100%, so obviously I played New Game Plus, but I did really enjoy it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you watch more of my videos. Have a good one.